Senator Clements, you're recognized for an announcement.
Thank you, Mr. President. Appreciate the opportunity to say a few words about my father. Dwight Clements was born January 19th, 1920, and he died yesterday peacefully at home here in Lincoln. He was 102. 2 weeks ago today was his birthday, and I got to take a picture with him that day and brought it along to show you. Dwight was a member of the greatest generation. In the 1930s, he was in high school as a banker's son, but at that time it was a little different being a banker's kid. He told me, we neighbors put our dimes together on the weekends to put some gas in my Model T so we could drive around on the weekends. He went to college here at UNL in 1938, but he had to drop out for a year because they couldn't afford the tuition, and saved up for tuition to go back the next year. Then World War II interrupted college, and he ended up serving as a Army combat engineer in France until the war ended in 1945. Then he came back and finished a law degree in 1947 and returned home to Elmwood in the bank with his father, married my mom in 1948, and I was born in 1950. He was a good dad, but he had rules. An Army platoon sergeant expects orders to be carried out the first time they're given. And didn't take me long to figure out he only wanted to say it once. But success to him, success at our house didn't mean riches and how much money you made, but it meant having a reputation of honesty and integrity, which he did. In 2008, I wanted to give you one example of what kind of a father he was. He wasn't outwardly loving, but in 2008, I made a $3 million loan. The bank couldn't handle it all, so I invested $800,000 of his money to fund it. He was in Arizona at the time, didn't even know I did that as power of attorney. The loan went bad, and he lost it all. I called him in Arizona, and he said, "It's okay. We'll be all right. We'll get through this." And that's all he ever said about it. He never did criticize me over it. But later, he figured out that he had enough money yet to live on. And he did say, "That didn't cost me anything. It's coming out of your inheritance." Yeah, it did. So Dad and Mom prayed for me and our family daily for the last 40 years, and I've been blessed by those prayers. Senator Chambers was even impressed by Dwight's 100th birthday 2 years ago, and he sent Dwight a birthday video at my request, and Dwight sent one back to Senator Chambers, honoring Senator Chambers' knowledge of law and command of the English language. And so Senator Chambers and I had some good discussions about Dwight. He'll be laid to rest Saturday in Elmwood Cemetery with my mom, his father, his grandfather, and his great-grandfather in that little cemetery. Dwight Clements is just an obscure small-town Nebraskan, like many others, but they're the ones who hold this state together. Thank you, Dad. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Senator Clements.